Let's unbox some plants from Indonesia! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Rose, my pronouns are she, her, and today I got a parcel from Rav House and Bunny Jungle. I have no idea what's inside. Oh, the cats are coming. They just told me we're gonna send you some plants, and I am very excited to see them. They did tell me these were stuck at an airport for longer than normal, so we'll have to see what the plants look like. But I have faith in them. This is what the box looks like. It's the white fluff. If you've ever seen my import videos, they often come with this white, ooh, white fluff. I see some stuff. Oh, there's so much! And there's a birthday card. Aw. Ooh, they put in some stickers. Plants make me happy. They absolutely do. So this, can you see a little bit? I see a half moon leaf. Not sure what it is. Wait, this is making noise. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Is it another Scindapsus? They sent me on the previous video, if you haven't seen it, I will link it below. They sent me a variegated Scindapsus, which was beautiful. And I think this is another one. I'm gonna leave it in here for now. Look at this beauty though. That's really nice. And the other Scindapsus that I got from them, I actually potted up in the previous Repot With Me video. You may have seen it. I planted it on a moss pole and it's growing really well. If, by the way, you know what this is, please tell me in the comments, because I don't. Okay, wow, I'm getting birthday gifts. Then we have this one, which is very long. I'm gonna try and open it towards you again, as always, so that you see it first. Wow, oh, it's a big one. Huh! I think this is Amplissimum variegata with a very long stem, lots of nodes in there, and really nice variegation. This is a very, very big plant. Look at this. Huh. We have one more, and I kept this for last because it's the biggest, and it's wrapped in Monstera paper, but I feel like there's several things in there. Hey, Mickey! There's definitely a bunch of small plants. Oh, so many small plants in here. Look at this. So many small plants. They did tell me that they wanted to send me some Anthuriums, and I think that's this. So the first two plants are from Rav House, I think, and these are from Bunny Jungle themselves. They are the importer in Germany for a lot of Indonesian sellers. So if you are in Europe, it's very handy. This first one says Anthurium Old Clone, Papillilaminum crossed with Lux Luxuriance. Okay, let's see. Ooh, look. Cute. You can already see the bubbles of the luxuriance. And I guess with the Papi hybrid, it's gonna be... Oh, I need to keep the label. Where did the label go? There's so many, I really have to make sure that I keep this all organized. With the Papi hybrid, I'm sure that it's gonna get nice and dark and velvety and beautiful. I am excited to see this grow. FSX Lux. I don't know what that means. I do love Anthurium, and certain Anthurium hybrids I've had a lot of, or I know a little bit more about, but the Lux I have not looked into because it was so expensive that I never really even wanted it, because it was just outside of my budget. This is some kind of Lux. Oh, it's a very cool shape. Wait, the label. So this is a little bit more, do you see how open the sinus is there? Very cool shape. FSX Lux. I recently got another plant with this open sinus business and I really, really liked it. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this is gonna develop. This is Anthurium RC crossed with Goliath. I feel like I know nothing. Tell me in the comments. RC, what is that? What is that? It is stunning. Look at this. Oh, it's so velvety and brown. I love it so much. Okay, this is definitely a favorite. Where did the label go? Come back. RC Goliath. This is very beautiful. This says Doriaki Luxuriance Hybrid. I'm very curious if anyone actually still enjoys these unboxing videos, because of course I do, because I'm getting new plants. But maybe, yeah, let me know if you like watching these or not. Ooh, Doriaki Luxuriance Hybrid. It's a little bit less pronounced, but you can already see the luxuriance bubbles a little bit. It's a little bit lighter than the other one. I guess I'm having a lot of Lux moments. Look at this. Okay, let's open this one next. Dark Mulau crossed with Lux. Ooh, this is coming out quite easily. Dark Mulau. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. But this is it. Small one with a new leaf. I'm gonna have to find space for all of these. This one says Anthurium Nora, Corduroy, Zongpap crossed with Subsignatum. Okay, that's a lot of letters that don't mean anything to me, but we will see what the leaves look like. Ooh, it's already opening, sorry. Ooh, this is nice. This seems to be a more long boy leaf with, again, that very open sinus that I do really like. Ooh, I can't even say this twice. And of course I will do an update video. Maybe I'll even do it at the end of this video when I've had time to edit, because sometimes editing takes so long that the plants already have an update. This is Anthurium PS crossed with Papillilaminum Old Clone. Even though I'm opening them, it's still kind of a surprise because I don't know what the names mean. And when Anthurium are still small, sometimes you can't really tell what they're gonna look like. With my regale, for example, it was just a tiny one-leaf plant when I bought it, and then it turned into this beautiful big one. So sometimes you just have to trust the seller and the parent plants and wait. Okay. Okay, favorite. Top favorite right now. This is definitely Papillilamina hybrid, because you can see the nice velvet and the nice lobes here in the biggest leaf. Oh, this is very nice. And it's already so velvet compared to some of these other ones. I definitely love velvet a lot. Wow. Okay, we have one more, I think. No, two. Found another one. Oh, what is this? Anthurium portile crossed with lux. They really like to cross with lux. Okay, ready? Portile crossed with lux. Ooh. Nice. I don't see a big difference between this lux and the other ones, but that's because I don't know a lot. I do see that this has such an open sinus, which is cool. Wow. Wow, what a birthday gift. And then the last one is a pretty big one. This says Papillilaminum Old Clone. That's a good sign because every one of them that I've seen with the old clone in it is super velvety, crossed with Papillilaminum Lescent Apanas. Does anyone know what that means or what I'm supposed to pronounce it as? Lescent Apanas. Last one for this haul. Let's see. Oh yes, velvet. Velvet makes my heart so happy. Definitely a Papillilaminum. It seems a little bit longer, like more towards a queen shape than a Papillilaminum, and I love that because I love the queen, as you probably know. This is a pretty big one already as well. I love growing Anthurium. They're so fun, especially when you get them to size up quite quickly. I love it. On first thought, these two are my absolute favorites. So velvety and nice and long as well. But I also like the shape of these other ones. I'm curious to see how they're gonna turn out. And of course, I'm also very excited about my two variegated plants from Indonesia, from Rav House. I would love to hear what you're more into, if you're more into Anthurium or variegated plants or Scindapsus. If it is a Scindapsus, please do tell me if you know a little bit more. Hopefully by the time I edit this, I will have figured it out and put all the names on the screen. Hello, it's been 1.5 weeks, so I thought I would include an update and also give you some tips on what I do after I film the unboxing, so that maybe you know a little bit better what to do if you import plants. First of all, you don't need documents for this type of import because Rav House works with a local importer in my region, Bunny Jungle. They do all the paperwork. We don't need phytosanitary or anything like that. They arrange everything and then they just ship it from Germany to here. So that makes it really easy. I definitely always recommend to find a seller that uses a system like that with a local importer in your region. So the first step after the initial unboxing is to open up the roots, check them out. There were a few rotted roots on these ones because probably of the extra long days at the airport. But even with that, I thought the roots looked great. Then the next step that I do, I don't know if this is anything official, but I learned this from a few of my friends. I got a huge bucket with lukewarm water and I put all the plants in there. Not just the roots, but like the whole plants basically. I left them in there for 1 or 2 days, depending on when I remember to do the rest of it. because it helps the plant to rehydrate. In this case, because the plants looked good and the roots actually also looked good, I potted all of them up straight into soil. You could also keep them in water a little bit longer. I did that with some of the plants from the previous import so that I could see the roots growing first, and then I potted it up like I did with the Monstera aurea. 1 second, a parcel is arriving right now.
A few moments later.
Another unboxing. This has nothing to do with plants, but you may recognize it from my previous video. This is another Prana Mat product that is especially for the neck and the head. Random interruption. Let's get back to the plants. So I potted them all up. I'll show you up close in a little bit. And then I put these in a little propagation box for extra humidity so that they could settle in. This one is in one of my bigger prop boxes. And then the Amplissimum variegata is just out in the living room in this beautiful pot by Piece of Clay. Look at this. I gave it a pole. Let's start with this one, I guess. I gave it a pole so that I could give it some support, and hopefully it likes that. Because the stem was so long, which I showed you before, I put it in a pot like this, which is really long, but kind of impractical for outer pots. That's why I'm so happy with this outer pot by Natalie. It's the only one that nicely fits my longer planters. This newest leaf is hardening off and starting to show the yellow nicely. I think it's gonna be just fine. This one I already showed you as well. This was actually not growing actively, it just had some roots and it was 2 nodes. So I cut the 2 nodes and separated them and then potted them up together. I don't see any growth just yet. It has been only 1.5 weeks. I'm hoping it's rooting nicely in the ground, and then after it's established a little bit more, it will start to grow, because it is very, very cute. My other variegated Scindapsus, by the way, is growing really nicely. I put it on a moss pole, and I just saw that there is actually a new leaf on that already as well. That has been really easy to acclimate. So now let me show you the Anthurium up close. I can't take them out of the box because it is not tall enough, so I have put them in between the leca. Can you see that? The pots are on the ground and then there's leca in between for extra humidity. But if I take them out, the leca is going to be everywhere. So I guess we're switching camera angles. So this is the little box. As you can see here, they're all fitting nicely. That's why they all got to live in here. They're the smaller ones. This is the Portile Indonesia crossed with Luxurians. That looks good. It seems to have adjusted well, and there is a new leaf growing. Very exciting to see. In front of there we have the old clone Luxurians hybrid. Also looks good. Also is making a new leaf. Wow, that is nice. I didn't know that. In the front here we have the dark Mulan one with crossed with Luxurians. It was one of the smaller ones as it arrived, and it had this as a new leaf. So it makes sense that it hasn't grown another new leaf. Then over here is the Papi Fort Sherman crossed with Luxurians. It looks great, but no new growth yet. This is pretty small as well. The pot is very small because the roots were not very big, so it can just sit on the leca for now. By the way, with trying to figure out which labels belong to which plant, because with the bucket situation, it got a little bit confused. And then the messages, luckily from Bunny Jungle, helping with the IDs, and then typing them all out. It has definitely made me a little bit more aware. So I have now become a little bit more proficient in different Papillilaminum plants that they use for these hybrids, like the Fort Sherman, FS, and the old clone. I don't know what that is, but it is an amazing plant because I love everything that it has created. OC, and then the RC for red crystallinum. It has definitely been an interesting little puzzle, but I'm learning a lot. Then over on this side, oh, another package is here. Hold on, sorry.
5 minutes later.
I will show you more of what is in this package in a separate video soon. Okay, sorry, we are back. So this is the Doriaki Luxurians hybrid. It looks like this leaf is quite yellow. In real life, it doesn't look as yellow, but hopefully it's gonna be okay. I don't see any new growth on it just yet. Moving one over to the left, this is the Papi Corduroy crossed with Subsignatum. Here you can see what the leaves look like now. This one also looks a little bit yellow, and it does show a tiny baby leaf there at the base, so that is good to see. The last one in this box is the red crystallinum Goliath cross that I absolutely love, and it now makes sense that it is so red because of the RC, the red crystallinum in it. It doesn't show a new leaf yet, but it does look pretty happy, so I'm good with that. And then the last two, my favorite ones, I have in my big prop box with the other Anthurium. Look at how pretty they are, all the velvet. And I noticed there is a new leaf on one. Let's start with this one. So this is the Nagapaksa FS OC hybrid, so all pappy. That's probably why I love it so much. It is looking good. I don't see any roots yet. These two are in see-through pots, which makes it a lot easier to check. It looks happy, I think. All the leaves have turned that way because the box is like getting light from the side a little bit more. That's why they're all facing you. Nice. Oh, actually, I do see a new fuzzy root here. So it's growing roots. That's awesome. And then you see the same thing happening with this one. This is the Papi Legend Sipanas crossed with Old Clone. And you see with both of them, they are basically all facing one direction. It's definitely important to give them good light, but not too much because Anthurium can easily bleach when they get too much light. My lovely Regal that I showed you earlier in this video, actually the new leaf is pretty bleached from being too close to the light. But let's look at this guy because it is looking beautiful and it has a new leaf on the way. I still absolutely love it. The velvet, the darkness of it, the shape of it. I'm really, really happy with all the plants that I got in this haul, but especially these two. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and a big thank you to Rav House and Bunny Jungle as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!